And, you know, here in Alberta, you had that little thing, the third way thing, you know, Ralph's last spasm, you know, last go at the legacy item, you know, and the privatization of healthcare, all of a sudden, you know, like those zombie movies, it just keeps coming back and you got to kill it over and over. They just won't stay dead, the privatization plans. But this one was a totally different story. There was a powerful coalition. The nurses, Friends of Medicare, other unions, community groups got out in front of the issue. Really, it spoke about it in very blunt terms about what kind of society we live in and what our values are as Canadians. And it was defeated. And I think it was a sign of a massive moral victory that when Ralph Klein retired, he blamed the raging grannies. I mean, these are the words of a truly broken man. So, you know, as much as I'm a fan of public education campaigns, of stellar research, of conferences, of research reports, of glossy websites and brochures, they're just not enough right now. All of that tremendous wealth of information has to be put into play in the field. Because I think that the only way to defeat the privatization agenda in Alberta is to focus major resources, provincial resources, on a series of small and mounting local battles. This is my pitch. I could be totally wrong, but this is in my heart. This is how I think it has to happen here. You need to build an anti-privatization movement in this province, and you need to do it from the ground up. And there are points of pressure in local communities with individual daycare centers, individual private health facilities, individual long-term care facilities that can be rallying points, and more importantly, they can become victories. And we need victories more than anything else right now. So here's a quick checklist of what I think are the benefits of provincial unions and organizations and movements and citizens focusing resources and a tremendous amount of energy on winning local struggles. When you win local struggles, you build a province-wide network that can be reactivated, whether in elections or in bigger battles. You put industry on notice and you remind these guys who think that they can just go with the flow and it's all going to go their way, that they can be turned back, that the party is over, that people are not going to go quietly. And you show the government and the rest of your one-party state political class that there's political capital to be gained in pushing back against privatization. Because when people look at what it looks like in their communities, they're not actually for it in huge numbers. So when you win a local struggle, you actually light up a sign to the political class that says, this is happening, this is growing, you could get on board. That Tory backbench is bigger than some governments. There are people in there who could come over to the light side if they saw their own political self-interest in it. And in the absence of a really robust opposition in this province, that might be a fissure to exploit. When you win local struggles, you build precious momentum and you reawaken the idea that change is possible. And it's amazing how little hope we need to keep fighting. I was talking to Larry at the baggage carousel today, and he was saying, you know, it's like that, the reinforcement for the rat or the duck in the feeding experiment. You know, you just need to get the little snack 1 out of 600 times, and you keep banging away thinking it's going to be there. And I think that's a powerful image because, you know, social struggle is not sexy, really. It's hard organizing at the grassroots level, and it's a lot of crap work. But when you taste victory on a small scale, it's amazing the way it lights up a group of people to do it. So I want to wish you a fabulous conference this weekend. For those of you who are lucky enough to attend, you've got experts from all over the world who are here to give you ammo and ideas, and I want you to leave here tonight inspired and fired up and determined and get into those local winnable struggles and start tasting a little victory again in this fundamental struggle of our time. Thank you.